Finally get the list together. And people leave. Alright. Alright, so we're not going to wait all night for this Azul person. Fuck them. We're going to move on to MSV.
Good evening.
What's up, Jahar?
I'm doing good. What's going on? Nameless is still in, right? I haven't missed my opportunity to spec him.
He played one, and he's going up against MSV.
Awesome. A lot of people in the TS community really love Nameless. I mean, he's one of us, really, so it's going to be badass to see him do this.
Okay, for the love of Christ, we have players in the right place.
And it looks like it's going to be Nameless versus an MSV on DM6. Wow.
2 hits. Impressive.
And holy crap, that's a pretty, well, it was a pretty full server. Alright, well, it looks like we have the countdown, and it's going to be Nameless versus MSV on King of the Hill for Nameless's crown. Take us away, Greased.
Yeah, nice grab of red for MSV right at the start. Mega went to Nameless, and MSV is doing the smart thing, I think, where he's going to go grab himself a railgun. Now, he does not have rockets yet. Nameless does, but of course he does not have a rail. So let's see this next challenge. It's probably going to happen over at Red Armor. Nameless is looking. And MSV going for the high ground. And there it is, Nameless waiting and defends against that position. And pushes in and gets that first frag. Nice play there. So now, with the timing of this, Nameless is going to be able to also get Mega. And that's pretty quick control. MSV has picked up armor, but he's just now leaving this room. Nameless is going to look for a quick shot. A railgun has been picked up by MSV, but that's about all he's got. Rocket.
Yeah, MSV going up with the jump pad at that point really put things well into Nameless's hands, and here he is under the bridge right now. 3 seconds to red, and it looks like MSV might be making the jump for it. No, he's going to play a little bit more safe, wanting to set himself up. Nameless expecting to be over here at yellow, but it looks like he's going to be able to make the grab for that too. Next challenge is going to be over here at Mega. MSV is up top of the rocket launcher right now, jumping down, but that's not going to be a great idea right now because Nameless is going to be able to just chase him down. MSV getting stuck on the geometry is going to give him a full stack.
Yeah, Nameless able to pick up a pair of frags, and now MSV probably getting railed out of the air. Down he will go. Yeah, you never want to hit those. Oh, here's the spawn frag.
Nice. I'm going to frag you and pick up red, all at the same time, because that's how I roll.
Nameless feeling confident enough to just go jumping after MSV. He's going to basically punish him for picking up that rail. Oh my goodness.
MSV having nothing but, oh god, MSV having nothing but an incredible medal above his corpse as a legacy, but that's not going to help him out because Nameless is still looking at 175, 150, and now with 7 frags up, he's just looking to steamroll MSV into the ground here, and I don't see the tone of this match changing anytime soon. You do have to give him
Jahar
props though for playing with a ping of 155.
Yeah, he's I'm not really sure where he's from, but he was kind of expecting this to be a pretty hard road. Now, you know, I want to. You've missed a bit of the drama tonight. It just seems like, you know, I was really happy to have, you know, a lot of people showing up for King of the Hill, and we were trying to put together a private portion as well. But you know, we had the typical thing where players were not paying attention to the order in which they joined. They were looking to us to you know, somehow manage the order, which is not possible, guys. I mean, we just cannot
Have they
focus
ever watched
on.
KOTH before?
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's just ridiculous.
Oh god,
You know, we were lucky to have Goonies here, and so Goonies started to make a list. Okay, and which I understand. It can be really frustrating because you know you show up and you want to know when your turn is in line, and that's fine. But you know, it's the kind of thing where since we do try to go in the order of joining, you know, then we do want to keep track of the joins. But on the other hand, you know, this is a community event, and I would love it if the community kind of stepped up a little bit more and paid a little bit more attention to their joining. And we tried to do like the, you know, throwing the number in front as the clan tag, and that helps a little bit. But you know, as is the norm, it doesn't really start at the very beginning. So trying to do it halfway in, it becomes a mess. What bugs me though is that when we finally do get a list together, you know, we basically assign a staffer. Goonie steps up, gets a list going.
Way to go,
and
Goonie.
Then people just fucking left. So tell you what, we will get a sign up going.
Really?
And yeah, honestly, because I don't want to spend 3 hours every single week and have to deal with the retardedness that we had tonight. And on top of that, I'm gonna call out a couple people right now. Dewey, if you don't learn how to type Team S in the console, don't come back to King of the Hill. All right? Every time that you come up and you just sit there, even when it's been made clear it's not your turn, you waste everyone's fucking time, and that is not cool. Another thing, if you are a fresh join to the server, okay, and you've been at King of the Hill before, you kind of know the rules, I don't mind if you're new. If you're new and you're asking questions, no problem. So, like, I don't mind Nameless, for example. But if you're not new to King of the Hill, if we've seen you before and, you know, it's pretty clear that you would know the rules, if you hop in the server, like, as a fresh connect, and there's, like, you know, 15 people on the server, and you go, is it my turn? Just disconnect. Really? Disconnect. I mean, it's a really dumb question. It's not your turn. So don't even be on the server. And I think if we can get those things sorted out, then yeah, then I think King of the Hill will run a whole lot smoother. And it'll be a lot more enjoyable.
There's a lot to be said. There's a lot to be said for an event that doesn't have a lot of organization. It's just kind of jump in the server and we play a bunch of games. But that does depend on... that does put a little bit more of the responsibility in the players' hands. I do agree there.
Yeah.
But suffice to say, I think the later you come in, the harder it's going to be to wrest the control away, because we've seen players like Sparks, and I think tonight we're going to see players like Nameless totally taking dominance here. And the later you come in, the harder it is going to be to take the crown away from some of these really sweet players. So I was wondering if there's something we could do about that issue as well. If
Well,
it is
usually,
truly an issue.
I mean, the way that we did it before is that we would have an open portion and a private portion. The problem there was, you know, I guess maybe Fear had to go. He said he'd be around and he was going to try to keep track of a private list. With him disappearing on us, you know, I mean, that's QLTV staff issue. We'll talk about that and get that sorted out, guys. I mean, that's nothing on the community. That's us. So no problem there. That's us. But honestly, like, Dewey shouldn't even be connecting for the public portion anymore. Sparks shouldn't be connecting for the public portion anymore. They're not public players. They are private player caliber. You know, we're going to start having the private portion on a, you know, regular basis. It will be purely sign up. So if you don't sign up for it, you don't play in it. Okay? And the only time that we won't run a private portion is if no one has signed up for it. So if we don't have enough signups for private, we just run it open. And, you know, sorry if you show up late, you know, high-skilled players, then you miss out.
One of the things I think a lot of players like Devastation have noted about King of the Hill is that the shoutcasts, they help a lot with, you know, finding out where your weak points are and what you can improve on. And, well, I lost, but now I can look at kind of a play-by-play and figure out exactly why. So it gives you a lot of direction for the future, and that is a part of it I would like to see, you know, stick around. That's something I would definitely like to see.
Final score was 26-0. MSV with 150 ping. Very rough thing. And we got Sparks back, so we might see Sparks versus Nameless. That'll be fun.
And here we are on Furious Heights, which, as we all know, is Sparks' home, besides T1, of course. And we're going to kick this off live now. Sparks getting the mid-yellow real quick, picking up Rocket Launcher on his way up to the LG. And Nameless is going to be picking up the red armor, but it's going to be Sparks making the grab for the Mega. So they're going to be pretty even stack-wise so far. But Sparks does have some yellow. He does have 70 here.
Yeah, and that was a smart play by Sparks by not picking up Mega right off the beginning, and he went and checked. And so he knows that he's facing a player that has a lightning gun. He knows that he's facing you know, a player that
You have taken
well that he can own apparently. But